Hey there, Ash vs. Evil Dead fans. We are here to talk to one of the stars, Ray Santiago, tonight. And let's go ahead and get started. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey there, Ash vs. Evil Dead fans. We are off to a groovy start this season. How y'all doing tonight?
Great.
Yeah, I'm groovy, baby.
Just groovy. Well, guys, I'm your host, Megan Salinas. Let me go ahead and introduce my fantastic panel. To my left, Lex Michael.
That is me. I am Lex Michael, all over social media at the Lex Michael. And yes, this is my new jam.
Lacretia Lyon.
Hey guys, I'm Lacretia Lyon, so of course you can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet since there is only one.
Emma Fyffe.
That's me, Emma Fyffe. I can be found all over the internet wherever Emma Fyffes are sold at my name, Emma Fyffe.
And I already said my name.
Yeah,
I need to introduce myself again.
Yeah.
Listen, you're that important.
Just to remind you guys. And joining us in studio tonight, we have the wonderful Ray Santiago. How are you doing tonight?
I'm living my life.
Yeah.
How are you doing? I imagine you're probably exhausted because I imagine you guys have a pretty hefty filming schedule right now.
Yeah, we've been running around the world, and I tell you that I've been just trying to get everybody to watch Ash vs. Evil Dead because
Yeah, you guys have been out promoting pretty hard. You were just at a convention in Austin recently?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I was in Austin sometime in the past 10 days.
Super.
And then we went to Michigan. We went to Michigan State, where some of the people who made this crazy TV show went to school and are from. And, we just talked to some of the students at their film program, and we screened episode 1, and it was really, really nice to just, it's always nice when you, you make it, and then you can come back to where you're from and be like, hey, what's up?
Absolutely.
What have you got to ask me now? So it's cool.
Yeah.
How's the audience reaction been so far to the first episode of season 1?
Uh,
Season 2, gosh.
I feel like people have really responded well. I think that people are surprised. I think that they're shocked at how much blood is actually in the show, and I've become completely desensitized to the whole thing, and I actually feel like I've become I'm kind of addicted to it. It's like my thing now. So when we first wrapped season 2 and I came home, I was literally going through blood withdrawal. But this season I spent some time in the chair covered in other things. Not blood, but
So it's to be that type of program, is it?
well, since you did say that, I will say that Pablo does get naked this season.
Really?
Some funny stories I can tell you.
Did you find that the recipe for fake blood remained consistent throughout the seasons, or was it a little different this time around?
They have been working on it. We are not only leaving behind this legacy of cult classic comedic horror, but we are perfecting the formula for TV blood. And Bruce does not like that it is sticky. So we have, I don't like it either, but I've just gotten used to it. But we have created a sort of blood that it's like a gel, and then they come over with a really hot gun, and it's like a blow dryer, and they blow dry on this goo gel, and it dries like wax kind of on your clothes. The one that we use for us that we're drenched in, it's still sort of like a mixture of food coloring, dye, sugar, not sugar.
Yeah, like corn syrup usually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste good, and when it gets in your eye, it's not a good thing.
So you got to get the real homebrewed variety that uses peanut butter to thicken it. Then it tastes delicious.
Oh, wow.
But it's really disgusting to get on your body.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you get your protein in.
Exactly. Yeah. Someday I'll do a kitchen blood making demo on the show.
will.
Okay, so next season I'll be covered in peanut butter.
Yeah,
is what you're
exactly.
saying.
But you know what? It'll be delicious.
Great.
more you
Pablo,
know.
naked, covered in peanut butter. That's what all of you Ash vs. Evil Dead fans have to look forward to in season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Speaking of, how does it feel coming back for season 2? Because I know we were really excited for this show to happen, and you guys weren't coming into the show. You guys weren't quite sure how well you'd fit into this pre-existing franchise, and you guys did it so well. So how does it feel coming back?
Well, thank you so much for saying that. I really do appreciate the love, and I will say that the fans out there have completely embraced Dana and I, and this version of the franchise, and I couldn't be happier. I never second guessed what I was doing. Dana and I sort of made a little deal with each other where we were like, we're not going to think about like failure. We're just because Ash doesn't really, that's not a word in his vocabulary.
No.
I think
Right.
he actually says that on the show, But to see how they have embraced us has been awesome. How does it feel to come back season 2? It was pretty effing amazing to come back and to see what because we planted these seeds, and now we can sort of go. We can let the just go vroom vroom vroom, just let it go, drive real fast, and it was super exciting because I got to do so many things this season. It is a really great season for Pablo.
Good.
He is going to be tortured as much as possible.
Aw.
So much more. But I think that we will sort of get to see a different side of him. We get to see that not only is he being tortured, but he's going on this journey where he may or may not become the hero that he never thought he could be.
Yeah.
He idolized Ash in season 1. He
Absolutely.
still does. But I think now he's going on his own little course. And at the end of season 2 and throughout this season, I think Pablo will be forever changed in a way that resembles Ash's sort of journey in the films. So you know how Ash has got to change off her hand. And,
He do, yeah.
So some things are gonna happen. We're gonna go back to Ash's hometown and meet his dad and his high school love and really see what created the idiot asshole I've come to love as my white dad.
Surrogate father figure.
Yeah.
Speaking of dads, how's it like working with Lee Majors, another legendary actor?
Oh, yes.
What I love about Lee is that he comes in and he not only knows his lines, okay, however many years he's been on this earth, he has managed to memorize everyone's lines.
Wow.
So he comes in, he's like, oh,
Right.
no, wait, but you say, and so we say, oh, well, on this show, we kind of like, we sometimes we change things. And,
Of course.
And he rolls with it. But no, he is extremely professional and memorizes everyone's lines, never leaves the set while they're setting up. Like, they will ask him if he needs anything. I'm good. He's just there. And I think what's amazing about this job is that, of course I'd love to, what I love about this job is that I get to work with people who have been in this industry for so long and are icons in what they've created. And with Lee, I have that. And they added him to the cast, and I was like, wow, another person that I get to go to work with every day who's, I get to absorb what they do and learn from them. And that's really what I see this show is for me. It's an opportunity to learn from all of these people who have been around for a while and are icons. So
what was like one really big specific aha moment that you remember from working on this past season in that regard?
I would say that Lucy is incredibly patient, and she also manages to have something else that's feeding her while we're at work. So she loves languages, right? She was learning Italian the whole time. And I just thought, how are you learning a different language when I'm going home and trying to learn my lines and waking up at 4 a.m., how are you doing this? Like, somehow she does it. The other aha moment that I had is that somehow this show that some could seem like it's not for fun families, it's not fun family programming to watch. It starts at the top, right? And so Rob Tapert, our executive producer, and Bruce Campbell, Lucy Lawless, they always have us over for dinner on the weekend. We are going to Bruce's house to play poker. Bruce chartered a boat on Easter, and it was completely catered, and there was a bar, and we jumped off the boat and swam to a beach, and he was chased with a drone. And somehow, they've created this environment that breeds us feeling comfortable. And when we were in Michigan, someone asked us, what does Evil Dead mean to you? And Lucy said, both Dana and I gave like a dissertation on like what it means to be part of Ash vs. Evil Dead. And she said, family. And I think that it's a funny thing to say.
Yeah.
But as actors, we spend a lot of time trying to find a home on a television show or on a film. And we strive to get this, and we have it. So I'm going to work every day, and I'm so glad that my TV family is super effing cool. Can we curse on this show?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay,
We
cool.
keep it the level of the show, so
I don't know.
as you say, this show is not necessarily entertainment for family, all ages. Now, you mentioned
discretion is advised.
Exactly. When you mentioned being at the University of Michigan State, which has been part of sort of the promotional tour that you guys have been doing, in your now getting out there, going to these conventions, having all these interactions with fans, do you have a particular favorite sort of like fan story from a time that you've met somebody out there who is a fan of the show or specifically of Pablo, the character?
It has been, well, yes, I had my first like cosplay experience. Both Dana and I did, and Dana was more excited than the girl who dressed up as her. She freaked out.
I can imagine that.
And I freaked out, and it was cool. But what I've come to understand is that somehow fans watch things and they really are moved. And I know our show is a cheesy horror show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like, it's not like Kate Winslet. Like, we're not like, it's not that.
Right.
We're not cheats. But for some people, it really matters. When I was a kid, I watched Buffy, and I loved Buffy, and it did something for me. And I met Sarah Michelle Gellar like in Central Park, and I was like, "Why aren't there any boy slayers?" And she said to me, "I think there's some boy slayers out there," and I think it's bizarre that I've ended up being a demon deadite slayer now on the show.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that the relationship to that fans have to what they see, I've really come to understand what it means, and it's really rich and it's really great to have that experience and to see that people actually can be moved, and people have come up to me and said, Pablo is my favorite character. I think that he's this, and this, and it inspires me, and I'm like, I'm glad. That's the whole goal, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of love in the chat. Even as quick as we did this, we've got Joe M1K even has a question for you. He's like, they've showed off what the Brujo necklace can do. Will that be explored throughout the season?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Bruce Lee says you look like Baba Booey, the young Gary Patrick Delvante. And I was like, that's so funny.
Wait, did she just say I look like Baba Booey?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing the wrap-up show like next week, and I was like getting schooled on it, and I just came to find out who he is. But okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. I was like, it sounds like a compliment.
I'll take it. I mean, anything that has to do with Howard Stern is dope, so I'll take it. But coming back to what happens with the necklace and the Brujo, again, it goes back to maybe Pablo is going to be something. I think Pablo is sort of struggling to find his weapon of choice last season. And I think that this season he's come to understand that it is perhaps within himself.
Aww.
He is
like
the heart
that.
of the show.
Yeah, he
Very
is.
much
He
so.
is, and I think that that's what makes Pablo such a great character, and what really attracts people to him is the fact that he's not a super macho dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
he is a very caring, kind of unassuming guy, and
Yep.
it's so great to see a character like that grow into that heroic role. He's kind of like the secret magical boy of the series.
Oh, I appreciate you calling that out. And,
Yeah.
and it's a struggle for me because I wanted to go in there and be like,
Yeah.
like, you know?
Yeah.
And they were like, and then I had to understand like, oh, this isn't the film.
No.
You know, this is the TV show, so
Yeah.
you have to pace yourself.
Yep.
And where are you gonna go? You know, you can't be that anywhere in season 1.
Yeah.
You know, you have to build yourself to get to that point. So, I think I'm interested to see what happens and to see how fans react to what we do, and you know, because we really are introducing new elements to the Evil Dead storyline
Sure.
formula. You
Yeah.
know, we've taken the evil force, and it's not only affecting Ash, but it's coming for everybody on the show. So
Yeah, Pablo especially, we can see. And to kind of wrap things up a little bit, Pablo, we see visually that the things that he has to deal with is very much, like that's his biggest challenge, is dealing with the consequences of what happened to him last season. What was the biggest challenge for you behind the scenes for this season?
Well, I would say that one of the biggest challenges when I knew I was going to have to like bare some skin, it was like, how am I going to do this? Like, I have to go to the gym at 4:30 a.m. and pump my guns and figure it out. But to stay in a dark place, and because there's a darkness now that Pablo has, there's an undeniable connection to the Necronomicon, and I wanted to make sure that I could show that he went to this dark place, but I also didn't want to lose that spark and that humor that he has. So it's a mixture of tone that we always play with on the show. So I tried really hard to just, whenever I could, even if it was a dark moment, smile. And just see what that did and just go with it and just try to find humor and everything. But yeah, I listened to Requiem for a Dream on repeat and ran around Auckland at 4:30 a.m. to be sort of in this mindset of, you know, the Necronomicon is coming for you.
Yeah, that's a very frantic song to listen to
Yes,
while
it
you're going
is.
for a jog.
Yikes.
Do you guys have any other questions for our wonderful guest?
I just feel like it's so clear that you guys put so much love into making this show, and just as a fan, seeing the amount of love you guys are being met with is really cool. That's not a question. I just wanted to say.
Well, I don't know how much time we have, but I wanted to say very quickly to the fans, please reach out and let us know what you like, what if you have questions. I'm at Real Ray Santiago on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. But I want to know, because you did this last time, and I was really interested because you made some interesting predictions.
Oh yeah.
What do you think might go down?
I gotta say, it's really.
TV predictions.
Well,
got our music.
I kind of want to save a little bit more for the after show.
Got
But
it.
honestly, overarching stuff, I really want to see, of course, Ash having to come to grips with what he's done in the
Yep.
past. And I think, going home is a really good way of doing that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I know that last season you guys were trying really hard to get the rights to Ash versus the Evil Dead, or Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, can we go back in time?
Yeah.
I want to go back in
Yeah,
time.
I would definitely love to see some time travel. And, one of the things that I always liked about the Resident Evil game franchise is that they started with, like, okay, it's just the mansion in Raccoon City, and then, like, it starts spreading, which is clearly something that we're seeing on this season of Ash vs. Evil Dead. So
seeping through the
I'm
cracks
just
a little
excited
bit.
to see how this affects the rest of the world.
All right. Well, Ray, do you have any other upcoming projects you can tell us about real quick? I know there's a lot going on.
I worked on a film that was at Sundance this year. It's called Trash Fire. It's another crazy, sci-fi thriller with Adrian Grenier and Annalyn McCord. This guy, Ricky Bates, directed it. He did Excision, which is a great movie. I always give him love because I think he's a great director. Trash Fire, check it out.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with us
Oh,
tonight.
always such a pleasure.
I agree 100%. Well, folks, thank you guys so much for tuning into this interview. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up so we can get to our after show. Lex, where can people go if they want to find you?
All over social media at the Lex Michael.
Lacretia.
Since I'm Lacretia Lyon, you can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet, since there is only one.
And
Fyffe.
I'm Emma Fyffe. That's where you can find me. It's my name. I keep it simple.
I'm Megan. You guys can tweet at me at the Menguin. That's TheMenguin. Thank you so much again, Ray, for joining us. Cannot wait for the rest of this season. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you all next time.
Awesome.
Sweet.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Groovy.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.